We are going to talk about Moo-Moo's temperament evaluation. So first thing I want you to understand is the scoring. Low is not bad and high is not good. That's not how it works. It's just a spectrum. So the first thing you notice is I put him into the temperament testing area. It's a new place that they haven't spent a lot of time in recently. There's new obstacles, things they haven't seen before, and I'm looking for confidence. How does he feel? Is he checking things out? Is he sitting in a corner? Is his tail up? Is his tail down? So what I noticed is that his tail is up and he's happy to be there. He checks things out a little bit, but he doesn't go too far. And then he kind of sees me in the corner. So I gave him a medium for confidence. Overall, I would say he's a fairly confident puppy. But he wasn't super adventurous when it came to like the crinkly texture, and basically I want him to want to see that he really believes in himself. And so this is something that all puppies should continue to work on, is confidence. But yeah, overall, he still tried things. He tried the tunnel, he tried the bridge. Sometimes it took a little coaxing, so I gave him a medium. But overall, he was very happy to be there. So the next thing you notice is that I get into the testing area, and I'm looking to see how he approaches me. Is he kind of like army crawling, or does he avoid me, or is he like diving into my lap? Speaking of. And, okay, so this would be a little bit more assertive. What I notice is that he comes over and he kind of puts his paws on my knee and kind of waits for pets. He's not like overly assertive, so I gave him a medium. He was kind of polite about it. He's like, I'm not really going to be way up in your space. Height. But yeah, okay, this is a little more assertive. Motivation level. Okay, so if you already watched Ferdinand's, you're going to see the flip here. I gave Moo-Moo a medium for motivation level because he kept bringing the tug toy back to me. He did want to try things. I gave him a medium instead of a high just because there were certain things that he's like, well, I don't know if I really want to try that. And he was still kind of happy to go do his own thing. But he very much was more engaged, and he definitely wanted to try more things. Just trying to play with my toes. Played with tug, and I could convince him to go up on the bridge, and he did want to try things. So he also kind of brought the fetch toy back and was like, hey, are we playing again? Yeah, wanting to work for me. Wanting to please me. This is kind of how badly they want to please their people. Nerve strength and resiliency. So, you know what? During the testing, I would say he didn't show any signs of stress. There was nothing day to day. Yeah, I would say I gave him a medium because day to day, I would say there are times where he is a little bit like, maybe photo shoots is a good example. When I bring them out for photo shoots, he's maybe not always the most sure about what's happening. He doesn't necessarily know if he wants to sit in the box. And so those moments I notice there's sometimes a little bit shaking, whereas he appreciates a little bit more of a patient approach in those times. But in the testing area, I didn't notice any of that. What I'm looking for is like yawning, lip smacking, the pinned ears back. Those would be signs that they're a little bit stressed, and I didn't see any of that today. Touch tolerance. Okay, I gave him a medium. He does really well with his handling. This is not how much they enjoy being touched. This is how tolerant they are to being touched. So like the vet, the groomer. So this is something that we always can continue to be working on, and I start working on with the puppies from the beginning. Oh, yeah, you just got something in your eye, bud. Speaking of touch tolerance. But yeah, so we're not looking for how much they enjoy it, but how tolerant. I had to pause it. He had a little piece of leaf in his eye. Just as we're talking about touch tolerance. He happily let me fish it out. You're getting a little ready for a nap because he's getting kind of bitey. Energy level. So I gave him a medium. What I noticed with low energy dogs, I would say if there's a little bit more of a laid back pup in the group, it probably is him. But generally speaking, I would say he's a medium energy dog. He's going to enjoy his walks. He's going to enjoy playing in the yard. If it's crappy weather, he's probably not going to be overly hard done by if you decide not to go that day. He's going to be happy for a movie night, whatever you're up for, basically. Sound and sight sensitivity. So you notice that I kind of shake the popper really loud and I see if he notices. What I'm looking for is not whether he notices, but is he stressed by it? And he was not. He barely even noticed. He kind of looks at it and then checks it out. Same thing with the umbrella. I pop it up and see if he kind of startles to big sudden movements in front of him. And he didn't. So you can see that there's a different vibe already from puppy to puppy, though he is tired. So he's a little bit more, a little bit more puppy energy. But he's definitely more, you've got a more engaging playfulness to you, don't you? Prey drive. Okay, so I gave him a medium. So you can see a very big difference here where he actually did want to chase the toys and he did chase the balls. So he definitely has a little bit more of a prey drive. Again, I don't think it's going to be super intense. Some puppies get very intense about got his tongue just out of wagging away. Okay, this is the first time I've been holding puppies during these videos. Maybe not the right choice. It's very distracting. Human focused. So I gave him a medium. I do think that he's quite human focused. You notice that he kept coming and checking back with me, but he did have a little bit more of an independence about him, whereas he was happy to kind of do his own thing and happy to play with his toys. And even now, like, so if you watch Ferdinand's video, he really didn't leave me. He sat and he snuggled the whole time, whereas Moo-Moo comes and checks in. He's a little bit more playful right now. But then he is also, like, he's off playing with the obstacles and different things as it is. So he's just naturally a little bit more independent. Tender-hearted. I gave him a highly tender-hearted, so you see that I kind of throw my tantrum at the end and I see if he cares, and he comes over and he like crawls out of my face and he's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And stays by my side. Very endearing. And dog friendliness. So this is something I wanted to point out for a few of you who are looking to match to another dog's energy. Leo, the other puppy I had here that was a little bit bigger and a little bit definitely more assertive, was a really good gauge for me to kind of watch and observe. And what I noticed was that Moo-Moo was probably the only one that would seek out Leo to play, because Leo was a little bit, he was more assertive for sure in his play style, whereas the other puppies, they might play, but it would definitely have to be engaged by Leo, or they would also kind of like tell him that they'd had enough or find a different spot to play, whereas Moo-Moo kind of had a balance between he would seek him out to play, he wanted to play, he definitely could put up with the more assertive play style that Leo had, as well as tell Leo when he was done and needed a break. So that was really kind of nice to see. So yeah, for those that are looking to match another dog, he would be a good option for a dog-friendly household. Either way. If you guys have any questions about Moo-Moo, sorry, that was a very distracting video this time. Trying to hold Moo-Moo and do his description at the same time, but you can let me know.